Here's my 96 Acura SLX. This pride and joy has been sort of a project, that's putting it lightly, over the last 10 months. When I got this thing, it was basically on hand from a towing and wrecking yard in Chicago. It had been traded for some work that was performed on the second owner's vehicle, and they just left the SLX there as a form of payment. So I found it on Facebook Marketplace, rescued it, and had it brought to Phoenix around Memorial Day 2019. And it has been a never-ending road ever since then. On the interior, I did extensive work as well. Everything has been spit shine to the best of my ability, including the parts that don't normally meet the eye. This interior was redone by a local company here in Phoenix called Trim Fit. They did both front seats and armrests for me. I was able to snag a brand new in the box set, maybe the last left in the country, of factory floor mats for this from a Facebook Marketplace find. Again, lots of detail work here in the nooks and crannies that a lot of people forget about. The back seats we left alone. I didn't have those reupholstered because they're already not too bad. This was a poster that Acura had made up for the Radwood car show last December. This vehicle was on display there at the Orange County location, along with the heavily modified SLX that Acura put together with the 2-liter turbo drivetrain. Of course, you'll appreciate my license plate there. Fully owning up to the fact that this is one of the world's perhaps least disguised rebadge efforts in the history of badge engineering. A couple of things I did back here. I was able to source an original, very rare cargo mat here that's plastic, goes over the carpet. This vehicle has an aftermarket 6-disc CD changer located here in the back. Acura called this, or rather Isuzu called this, the 70/30 split door. You see there's a little handle here, and this little itty bitty door actually opens as well, giving you full access to the cargo compartment here. I was able to get a hold of a template window sticker to use, so this is a reproduction. But this vehicle did sticker for around $39,000, which was kind of a lot of money 24 years ago. Then again, as with all my vehicles, I do have a record book on this one. This one's pretty extensive just because I've saved a lot of paperwork, even stuff related to the transport of the vehicle when I originally purchased it. I have some really cool materials back here that are press and promotion related from back in those days when this was brand new. Articles, printouts. This has a nice SUV comparison from Car and Driver. This Auto Week here also has a pretty cool article. This is a piece here from Road and Track. So there's surprisingly quite a bit of memorabilia related to this, even though it was pretty obscure at the time. Up front, we've got plenty of room here. I do love the visibility and the headroom in this. You're basically sitting straight up. But my favorite part about the interior has to be the Safari sunroof. This was way ahead of its time in terms of size and innovation. It's just an absolutely massive sunroof. Now, my SLX was signed by about a dozen people who are involved in the making of either the Restomod SLX itself last year or the video about it. The sketch here that you see is from the senior creative lead, Dave Merrick, who's kind of a celebrity and a hero of mine. And it was cool to have him sign that in his very special way. I did put a brand new set of tires on this not long after getting it. The tires previously were pretty dry rotted and old. The wheels are refinished. I was able to snag a set of eBay wheels for this, and they're doing great. Now here's where I put a lot of elbow grease, was in the interior. This vehicle was in Chicago for about 20 years, and pretty much everything down here needed to be undercoated and preserved or rust inhibited with Rust-Oleum. So I have a couple videos just showing that. The dashboard in here is typically 90s simplicity. Really is everything knobs and dials. There's nothing digital about it, and that's one of the things I most enjoy. It's just very intuitive. The only thing yet on the interior, or the gauge cluster rather, that I haven't sorted out is the oil pressure gauge up here. Something yet to resolve. Here's the center console. There's again the mount or the control for the 6-disc CD changer in the back. This has heated seats in it, which still work even with the reupholstered interior. A lot of storage solutions here. This is a 2-cup holder, and then this one right here is just a little storage bin. The gas cap release is right here. And this one right here is for the power folding side mirrors. This one is for the mirror defrost. And then we have 2 transmission modes here, power and winter. Again, great visibility with this thing. There's just so much glass in it all the way around. Not to mention basically a convertible-like roof. This is a tried and true 1990s spec 4-speed automatic. That's back when about 4 gears was all you needed. I think that's going to do it for this little wrap-up video. I did want to share just a couple other tidbits before signing off today. In the video earlier, I showed you the VIN plate here, or the option tag on the firewall. Thanks to my buddy Chris, shout out to Chris, I'll post a link to his YouTube channel in the video here. I got a hold of a complete decoder kit, basically, to tell me all the equipment that this SLX has. And you can kind of look through here. Some of this, I believe, was sort of standard issue for the SLX, and other things came with the premium package that mine has, like the fog lamp I know was one of those, and so on and so forth. But kind of interesting to see this completely broken down. You see how the options are listed there at the bottom in 6 different columns. Kind of interesting though. Also, I had a little bit of maintenance performed on the vehicle this morning, actually. Just before the state of Arizona went on a complete lockdown, I had the vehicle in there for a quick oil change. It had been about 8 months since I had it in for one. Everything surprisingly looked good. So they noted some needs with the coolant and rear shocks, which are discontinued. And otherwise, I was surprised at what a clean bill of health they got. So anyway, hope everybody's staying safe out there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.